The quality of your user experience changes the behavior of your users. It's simple. It's perhaps no coincidence that user experience has a similar provenance as a discipline to that of behavioral economics. Classical economics can be thought of as someone like the genius investor Charlie Munger, who said, if you show me the incentives, I'll show you the behaviors. And that's true. But it's more complex than that, because the choices we make are also defined by what a behavioral economist would call the choice architecture. And it's that choice architecture that user experience professionals can also design and tailor. So let me give you an example of where design can affect choice and ultimately behavior. The London Tube Map. So when the London Tube Map was designed, the design you see today was designed by a man called Harry Beck. And what he realized was that, in fact, it didn't really matter whether the tube map was true to the geography of London or the topology of London. None of that mattered. What mattered was to change the design, not consistent with where the stations are in London, but to aid the choice. And that changed the behaviours of those looking to navigate their way across London. Similarly, in 2007, there was an addition to the tube map, which again changed choices. Because everyone was looking at the tube map. You're a tourist, you come to London, you look at the tube map, you're trying to figure out how to get to A to B, and you never account for the overground, even though there's often an overground train leaving from the same station, taking a much more direct route to wherever it is you're trying to go. And so they added what famously became known as the Ginger Line. And overnight, the rides on overground increased by 400%, because people were looking at the map and saying, there's a simpler route to my destination. I'm going to take the Ginger Line. Didn't matter to them whether it's overground or not. They changed the choice architecture for those tourists trying to navigate their way across London. And finally, another example which I love is that every now and again, maybe too often, there's a tube strike in London, and they shut down the tubes for a day. And on those days, the people going into work need to find an alternative route into work. And quite often what happens is then a day or two later, the tubes start up again. And there's a really interesting statistic that about 1 in 5, about 20% of people don't go back to their old route. They don't go back to their old route because in forcing them to take a different route, they found a more innovative route, a quicker route, a more beautiful route, a more satisfying route for some reason. Because there's also factors like inertia and the comfort of choice that actually also impact our choices. And a good user experience professional will be able to understand the psychology behind choice and ultimately change the behaviors for your users. Make them choose you, not your competitor. Make them renew, make them cross-sell, make them give word-of-mouth recommendations. The behaviors you need that drive the success of your business can depend on the quality of your user experience.